I'm doing the Hangout, guys.
Oh, that.
It's Monday night. Hi, everyone. I'm gonna, Ariane here. I'm gonna share my screen and have the Hangout presentation open. Let's see. We'll just wait a couple minutes to see if anyone else signs on. Okay, we're going to get started here. Let's see. Hi, I'm Ariane, the co-founder of StoryMix Media, and I'm rocking the Cruella de Vil here today, except purple. Hope you like the new color. It got a little bit big with today's humidity, so enjoy. Okay, so we're going to talk today about how to get all the photos and videos from your guests at your wedding without killing your hard drive. Because I'm sure you know, like, your guests are going to be shooting photos and videos, you know, from, okay, the purple thing, from your whole wedding, and it can be a real chore trying to get all those files from them after the wedding. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go through the different ways to try and get the files and the different events at which people may be shooting photos and videos, and how you can actually get them, and then lastly, how you can let your guests know which method you're using so you can actually get the files from them. Okay, so just a little bit about me. I'm the co-founder of Wedding Mix. I started the company a few years ago basically because we didn't have a wedding video. We had the wedding of the century, I'd like to think, anyway. We spent most of our budget on the booze and the bar band and just partied all night and had a fantastic time. And after the wedding, we had photos, which were great, but we had a choreographed first dance, and we had no video to show for it, and we had friends and family from all over the country. In fact, we had some people from Australia even, and we didn't have video of it. So it became really important to us to create a way for other people to get a wedding video, because the photos are great, but there's certain things that just look better in video. And especially if your friends and family are going to be shooting anyway on their phones and on their cameras, it just makes sense to try and get everything from them without email, because that's impossible. Okay, and with that, oh, and if you have any questions, I did turn on the Q&A app, so you should be able to write within Google+, ask me questions, or I will be checking on Twitter periodically. You can tweet me at Wedding Mix, and I should see the question. So with that, okay, I'm going to share my screen so you can see the slides. Let's see. Okay. So computer's yelling at me. Hang on just a second. Okay. All right, so first let's think about what events your guests are going to be filming from your wedding, because you're going to start to see like all of these photos and videos are really going to be piling up. So one I left off of here that would be awesome if somebody filmed would be the proposal, of course. I mean, that would be fantastic if somebody got it for you. But the more regular ones would be like the wedding showers. Sometimes people have, in Europe, they have hen parties or Jack and Jill's. But the bridal showers, you know, there's a lot of times one on his side, one on your side. And then the bachelorette. A lot of times, oh, we did one that was pretty cool, like where they went to see their favorite hockey team, and the guys and the girls all went out to a game, and that was the bachelor / bachelorette. Or, of course, there's going to Vegas right before the wedding. There's the rehearsal. A lot of times you have specific family that flew in from out of town for the rehearsal, and they're all there capturing photos and videos. So you do want to get that if possible. The wedding day, you know, of course, all day your guests are going to be there, and you're not going to be there necessarily for everything that they're at. Like with our own wedding, we had our ceremony at noon, and then let me make sure that's up. We had our ceremony at noon, and the wedding reception itself didn't start till 6. So we got married in Detroit, and a lot of our guests decided to head over to Windsor in Canada and just go gambling. And it was kind of funny to see grandmas and sorority friends gambling together. But we don't have any video of it, and that would have been cool. But, you know, like when all your guests are doing something cool, you know, most likely while you're getting your portraits taken or at different parts of the day, you're not going to be there, but your guests are still having fun without you. So you want to get all those photos and videos. For our rehearsal dinner, we had it in a bar, and it was great seeing, you know, Grandpa drinking at the bar. These are all things that your guests are going to be getting, and you might not be there to actually see it. And your videographer or your professional photographer are probably going to be following you around, and your guests are going to be capturing things that you might miss. So another thing is the late night partying. When your band is playing or your DJ, like in our case, our wedding went until 1 a.m. and our photographer was there till 9. And like I said, we didn't have any video, but there was some awesome moments of drunk mothers that would have been great to have on video. And those are the types of things your guests are probably going to film, and you want a copy of it. Another thing that people tend to forget that that a lot of times guests are there for is opening the gifts. So we did one video that was really cool where I think it was the day after, or it might have been the week after the wedding. A lot of the friends and family got together while the bride and groom opened their wedding gifts, and they got some really awesome gifts, and they were able to thank them in person. I mean, of course, you still have to do the thank you cards, but it was pretty cool seeing, you know, their reaction. One of the things they got that was super funny was a Beatles grandfather clock, I want to say it was, where everything moved around, like all the numbers and stuff moved around on the clock. So it was pretty cool, and seeing their reaction and seeing everyone's reactions to seeing them open it was awesome. And of course, everyone had their phones out and was filming. So again, like at all these different events, you got to figure people are going to snap at least 10 to 20 photos and videos, and the last thing you want is the nightmare of trying to hunt them all down. So that's really what we're talking about tonight. So what are the different ways to get all the photos and videos from your guests? You know, one I left off of here, actually, the very first one, or two of the first ones that people are most likely going to do. The first one is text the photos and videos to you. Now, here's why that's a really bad idea. Let me add those in real quick. So the first one would be texting. Okay. So, your guests are most likely going to first try to text photos and videos to you, and they probably will look fine on the phone. You know, somebody sends you a video and it looks okay when you're looking at it, but if you think about the size of video, a lot of times, or your TV, it's 720 or it's 1080, so it's quite big, and you know your phone can record in that size. But the thing is, when your iPhone or Android texts it to somebody, they make it about 120 wide. It'll still look fine on the phone because the screen is so small. But in the end, if you actually want to watch that video any place other than on the phone, you're going to look like a Lego minifigure, which is not what you want. So texting videos is, and plus you're going to have to try and find all these. So that part, not fun. The next way that people are probably going to try and send you photos and videos is email, which is slightly more convenient than texting because you can send a few at a time. I guess you can with texting, but again, while it might not be quite the size of a Lego minifigure, you're still going to look like, okay, a full-size Lego figure, maybe when you email the video. There might be, like, with a texted video, there might be a pixel to display your head, and with email, it might be a pixel that's like one side of your face or something. Like, it's not going to look good. Again, it'll look good on the phone. It'll look good if you open the email and it's pretty small on your computer and you're watching the video, but in actuality the videos are tiny and it really doesn't look good. Another option to get all the photos and videos, I've seen people who set up Dropboxes, and it's kind of cool, but not for everyone. It's not super convenient to use. You have to get passwords and everything else, and not everyone has Dropbox, so they have to install it on their computers, and people a lot of times are hesitant to do that. There's also limitations with how much you can upload to Dropbox, and then you have to send the invitations to everyone. So that one can be a hassle too, and then you're going to have to do something with all those files. Google Drive I've seen people use, and it can be convenient. Both with Dropbox and Google Drive, I've seen sometimes where they change the file structure, so you do have to watch that. That's going to be true with just about anything where you're going to have to worry about the file type. So you can see it starts getting a little bit complicated depending on how somebody filmed something. And then if they have the Google Drive app on their phone or Dropbox app, it's not, you know, it's super convenient to film things on your phone. It's not always super convenient to get it off of your phone. So the next way people tend to share things is on Facebook. Facebook is great. I mean, they have those shared albums now, which are pretty cool, but you can't always download from them. So with Dropbox, Google Drive, texting, and emailing, you can always download, but with Facebook, sometimes they let you download the videos, sometimes they don't, and it depends. I think if you're the one who uploaded it, they'll let you download it, but otherwise, no. So you can see it on Facebook, but that's about it. And the same thing is true with Instagram. Somebody can upload to Instagram and share, excuse me. However, you can't really download from Instagram. So with Wedding Mix, what we have, you know, we have our app, we have the Wedding Mix app, so everyone can crowdsource their photos and videos, but we do also have, if your guest used your Wedding Mix app code, we can actually grab everything in from Instagram, which is pretty nice, because not everyone's going to use whatever method you want. However, excuse the background noise. However, we'll still be able to get everything off of Instagram. There's also a ton of photo apps out there. There's like Wedding Party app. I think Appy Couple. Wedding Wire has one now. I think it used to be called Wed Social. I'm not sure what they call it now. So there's tons of apps out there to get photos and videos. Some do video, not all. The problem with those, is that they're super convenient to get the photos and videos from your friends, and I believe with most of them you can download, but you can't. You are limited to how long the videos can be. So a lot of them, let's say with Instagram, they can be 15 seconds. With some of those other apps, a lot of them don't take video, and the ones that do, a lot of times the video can only be about 10 seconds long. So you want to watch that, because I'm pretty sure your first dance is longer than 10 seconds. And So with Wedding Mix, with our app, you can take up to 2-minute videos right through the app. But even then, if somebody doesn't use the app, they can shoot a video however long they want and import it. The reason we do limit it to 2 minutes on the app is simply because these files are absolutely huge. They can be several hundred megabytes, so it can take a really long time to upload. Because again, the difference is, like with texting and emailing, Dropbox, all those different things, they're compressing the files before they upload, especially with Facebook, Instagram, and the photo apps. They're making these files teeny tiny so that they'll upload quickly, which is great if you only want to watch it on your phone. But as soon as you want to do something with it, like put the clips together, stitch them together, and make an actual wedding video, you need that full resolution so you don't look like a Lego minifigure. And that's why you want something like Wedding Mix. Dropbox and Google Drive, you do have the option to get those full clips. But again, they're going to be huge, and a lot of times people don't have the software necessary to upload them. So these are the different ways, though. Another thing, I've seen people try and use YouTube to do it, but there isn't really a great way within YouTube to get everyone's clips together. So, I mean, of course, I'm partial to using Wedding Mix for it because it's just really easy. You just give everyone the app code, which now you can personalize for your wedding, and you can make it just like your Instagram hashtag. And then you can get everyone's photos and videos in one spot. They just upload the full resolution, 1080, whatever it is, right to your project, and then we do the editing. So it just makes it simple. So now let's think about right after the wedding, all the to-dos you're going to have, and this is going to include the photos and videos. So, of course, one of the ones we already talked about was unwrapping the gifts. That's the fun one. And then there's the thank yous. That's like the big monkey on your back after the wedding, right? Because you just have months in which you have to thank everyone for the money and the gifts and stuff. But now, if you're using Dropbox or any of those other methods, now you have to download all those photos and videos. Even if you use an app, you still have to figure out how to get all the photos and videos, and it becomes a big to-do. But even bigger than that is that now you have hundreds of photos and videos, because let's think again about all the different events at which people were shooting, you know, the showers, the bachelorette, the wedding itself. So we are talking about hundreds and potentially thousands of photos and videos. It's a lot to download, but even more than that, it's a lot to just think about. You're going to have to go through it all, and you know, if you got a lot of video, now you got this other to do. What are you going to do with it? Because watching individual clips gets pretty boring pretty fast. So now you get to edit your own wedding video. And let me just check real quick if anyone asked any questions on the Google Plus page very quickly. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, no questions so far. But if you do have any questions, go ahead and tweet me at Wedding Mix, or you can ask on the Google Plus page. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Okay. So again, we're talking about editing your wedding video. So you have, let's say you have 500 or 1,000 photo and video files. You could make a photo book. You can do, Mixbook has some nice ones, you know, for the photos. The video, you're going to have your options of, you know, now that you've downloaded everything, are you going to put it into iMovie or Movie Maker or edit it? Or you can use Wedding Mix, and you have the app. We got everyone's photos and videos, and then we actually do all the editing for you. So it does make it a lot simpler, because all you have to do, first of all, we do a trailer video, but also you just go in and tell us which scenes you want in the video, and then we do all the actual heavy lifting in Final Cut Pro and edit the video for you. So it'll make it a lot simpler and take that big to-do off of your list, which was to do something with all those videos. And that's also why you don't want the Lego minifigure size videos, the text-in ones. Because even if you do try to do something in Movie Maker or iMovie, it's still too small to do anything with. Okay. Oops, wrong screen. Sorry. All right. So now, no matter which method you're using, if you're using Dropbox, if you're using any photo or video app, if you're using Instagram, whatever you're using, you want a way to let all your guests know how to get the photos and videos to you. So first of all, I would say let them know, don't text me any videos or photos, because it's too much. So here's some ways I've seen from some successful ways I've seen from our brides about how they let people know to get the photos and videos to them. So the first one is a wedding website, and what's nice with that is regardless of what service you're using, you can put a link to it right there. So obviously if it's Wedding Mix, you can put a link to download the Wedding Mix app for Android or iPhone right there and put your app code in there. If you're using Dropbox, you can put the invitation to it right there. You know, Facebook, if you have a group album, you should be able to put it right in there. So wedding website's definitely key. Another one is inserts for the program. We do have, on the Wedding Mix blog, we do have a template where you can put it's a PSD, a Photoshop template, and you can put your app code in there or your wedding information, and you can put it right in the wedding program. So the one downside with doing it that way, I mean, it's good, but a lot of times it's, you should still, let me phrase it another way, you should still do it, but you do want people to download an app ahead of time, because the day of the wedding, it can get kind of hectic. But it's good, you know, like for people to at least know to take photos and videos so they can get them to you. And also the nice thing with the inserts is that usually people save those and they take them home. So if you tell them what types of shots you were hoping that they get right in the insert and you tell them how to get them to you, it's definitely helpful. Another thing is table cards. So those are great because, again, people are going to take them home. We have, for Wedding Mix, we have right in your project dashboard where you can download instructions for the app. It has your app code in it. It has the links on where to get the app. Again, waiting till the reception, like that shouldn't be the only way that you tell people to get you the photos and videos, because they're already, you know, drinking and having fun, and you don't want them trying to upload at the last minute. However, it's still good because they'll take that home, and even if they shot photos and videos on their own camera, they can use your Wedding Mix upload link, or they can use the app to get everything to you. So table cards are definitely good, and those you'll find in your dashboard on Wedding Mix, or we also, again, have things that you can print out right from the blog. Now, the number one way I heard from a bride that she was one of the first people to use our app when it first came out, and she got tons of photos and videos. And what she did was she had like a barbecue or something a couple nights before the wedding and had all of her friends there who she knew were the ones who are always Instagramming and always have their phones out and are always shooting photos and videos. And those are the ones you really want everything from anyway. They're the ones who are going to be interviewing each other, who are going to be just the biggest hams for the camera. They're going to be shooting the most fun scenes. So telling them in person is really awesome. When you're just hanging out and you're telling them, look, I think it's great you're going to be shooting photos and videos, but I also want a copy of it. So here's how you get it to me. So you tell them in person, and then also send them an email to back it up with. So you're telling them, hey, shoot lots of photos and videos. I'm going to send you an email with the links to download the app, or again, if it's Dropbox or whatever. But let's say it's with Wedding Mix. I'm going to send you the link to download the app right from iTunes or Google Play. Here's the code. Just go right in and shoot whatever you want. You know, if you take hundreds of photos and videos, great. I want every moment. So some of the great ways we've seen people use it, especially, you know, if people are coming from far away, you know, if you're at a destination wedding, or let's say it's you have guests coming from another country, download the app and show me video of you in the airport or a photo of you, and let's kind of have a contest of who came the furthest. And it's also especially good when you have guests who can't make it to the wedding. If you send them an email and let them know, it would be so meaningful to you to have them offer their marriage advice or offer, you know, tips for a healthy marriage. Or we send out actually interview questions, and we have them on the blog as well. So if you email all your guests who can't make it and ask them to film things like suggestions for your husband of what he can get you for your first anniversary, or have his buddies film for you tips about how you can sweet talk him, they'll be just hilarious clips that you can include in your wedding video, and it'll also make them feel like they're a part of it. So these are some of the most important ways that you can get all the photos and videos from everyone. And to recap, I would say the biggest takeaway is ask people not to just text them to you, because you won't be able to do anything with that after the wedding. So the big takeaway is try and get everybody's original footage, be it from their camera, from their phone. You want everyone to upload the original footage so you can actually get an edited wedding video with it. So I'm going to check one last time to see if there's any questions. Let's see. Okay. I think we're good. Okay. And the last thing I just wanted to let everyone know is that we have a contest going on right now with Simply Bridal where you could win a couture wedding gown. We're giving away a $500 gift certificate to Simply Bridal where they have couture wedding gowns, and even if you already have a wedding gown, you can use it towards a veil, gloves, whatever accessories, shoes. And with that, we're also giving away a $500 wedding mix package. So even if you're already a wedding mix customer, you can still win and upgrade your package with $500 worth of add-ons. So that's about it. You can find the giveaway right on our blog, storymixmedia.com/weddingmix/blog, and feel free to tell friends. That's about it. And if you have any questions, this video hangout will be live on the blog tomorrow, so feel free to post any questions on the tutorial tomorrow. That's about it. Have a great night.